Welcome back, everyone. If you're feeling gloom, perhaps this loom woven art can fluff up your mood. A local artist is sharing how she threads her creativity for her own small business.
Well, look at that. That's pretty cool. In today's Art in the City, our photojournalist Derek Moreno introduces us to the mind behind the loom and canvas room.
I first started doing fiber art in 2020. I would probably say around the summertime. That's when we were all, stuck at home. We weren't able to go out anywhere. I had recently done a layered painting that required me to have rip, multiple canvases off of their wooden frames, and I had a bunch of wooden frames laying around, and I'm one of those people where I can eventually find use for that. I don't know when, I don't know for what, but I'm gonna keep it and I'll see what I do with it later on. I've always been a creative person. I really enjoyed drawing. Art was my favorite class in school. And even when I wasn't in art class, I would still be doodling on my worksheets and stuff like that. So that's where it pretty much started, just drawing. And then from drawing, I got into painting, and then it just went on from there. So right now I concentrate more on fiber art, pretty much anything with yarn, like punch needle, weaving, tufting. Right now I've gotten more into tufting. Now that I've measured it on the frame, I'm cutting it so this isn't in my way when I'm tufting. But I think I would say punch needle is my favorite. I was always questioned pretty much, not all my life, but in my adult life, if I would ever start selling any of my work, because before it was usually just paintings. And then I guess when I first started weaving, and I just thought, well, I would compare my work to other people's work, and I would think, well, no one's gonna buy my work because this other work is out there. People would prefer this because it's so much better. But I think that's something that a lot of artists do. We compare our work to other people's work, and we're all on different levels, and some of us are just starting. Some of us have been doing this for a really long time. And we just have different styles. I'm a pretty shy person, so I struggle a little bit on communicating and things like that. So I guess comparing my first market to a market that I had 2 weeks ago, I had an easier time, talking to people and things like that. And this last market that I did, it was probably the best market I've had. I haven't signed up for too many, maybe like 5 total, but it was, I sold so many pieces, and it was just a really, really cool thing. I try not to overwork myself because I don't want this to be, I guess, more work. I want it to stay a hobby for me. So even though sometimes there'll be weeks where I don't touch, anything in here, it's because I don't want to feel forced to make something, because I don't want to eventually not like what it is that I'm doing. I want to keep enjoying it and do it for as long as I can. And I feel like the only way I can do that is if I don't force myself to do any of it. And so far it's been working. Yeah, it's still my hobby.
I love that heart with the eye. It's so cute.
That was
She's
some cool stuff.
So talented. I've seen that trending, and I've been so curious exactly the steps. So thank you so much for that, Derek. You guys can follow and support her business on Instagram at Loom and Canvas Room.
That's right. She's got that little gun and everything.